Comments to access@telus.net. We are not Shaw.
All right.
Hello, my name is Sid Tan and welcome to Access Community Television, shamelessly promoting our friends and community. And with us today is the formerly homeless Dave, who was on a 36-day hunger strike for more social housing in the downtown east side. Welcome to our show, Dave.
You're welcome, Sid.
Well, first I've got to ask you, formerly homeless, what is the situation now?
Well, it's formerly homeless because I recently got housing in Chinatown, and it's been a really a beautiful experience, to say the least. And where I live is really I have absolutely no complaints, and I'm very, very happy. In fact, I wouldn't be able to do so much if I didn't have that.
Tell me a little bit then, what was your situation? How did you get into the downtown east side? How did you get involved?
Well, I've been there for about past 5 years, most recently. Again, I won't go back far, really.
Okay.
There's a long history. But I got involved again through actually the Chinatown Heights Review. It was held in City Hall 2-3 years ago, and it was very important. I saw then that this mayor and the Vision government had an agenda for the entire downtown east side, specifically in how it approached Chinatown and its relationship to the broader downtown east side. And I saw that the way that was handled, the way the business associations and the other associations that was given a far greater voice than the low-income community in Chinatown, really bothered me greatly. And it was there that I told Mayor Roberts and the Vision government, I said that if you side with the developers and business interests instead of listening to the majority low-income voice in Chinatown, that we'll take this fight to the streets in the downtown east side. And that really led to what's happening now for myself.
Yeah, and one of the major, beyond the protests and demonstrations, there's been a very significant, what you would call sort of heating up at the Pigeon Cafe. Right, that happened. There have been weekly or daily pickets there, right?
Yes. I started the pigeon pickets February 3rd. It was just about close to the opening day. And it was basically, that itself was another key point. It was, we said this is a fault line. This is a line in the sand because there are many issues involved here, including the name Pidgin, P-I-D-G-I-N, which means contact language. And right across the street is, of course, Pigeon Park. And the owner designed, the majority owner, Brandon Grossetti, designed the restaurant specifically. Everything, including the name, means something. And so the colonial aspect also comes into this because he's really saying that his pigeon, which is also represented by more rich people going, certainly a lot richer than us, going and basically taking over our Pigeon Park, which means that there'll be a lot more policing and harassment, private security of the people there, because not just the rich customers that are coming there, because that building used to be a low-income building, and the people were all evicted in 2008, which made way for condos owned by Robert Fung, and the $400,000 condos that were built there. And that's how the space, the restaurant space, became opened up. So they kind of feed into each other, condo gentrification and commercial gentrification. And so it was very important to say that, you know, enough is enough, and we're going to make this issue here, we're going to make a stand here, and we're going to put gentrification and displacement back in the spotlight.
And you did that by undertaking a hunger strike. A very desperate measure, isn't it? Like a hunger strike, it's not something that most people would do. What got you to what I would call a very desperate measure?
Well, these are all very desperate acts, Sid, and what happens is as you know, in years and years, the community has been going to City Hall, it's been participating in city processes such as the LAP, which is a process of which is the city's approved process, but the fact is that the city is approving condos while this process is going on, and really delegitimizes so much of the grassroots efforts that is going on in the community. And people like Ray Spaxman and others have gone to City Hall with us to say, please don't approve condos while this process is going on. And of course, they don't even listen to him, who was the chief planner under Mayor Art Phillips. So you have some idea that if they're not even listening to people like that, they even listen less to us. So so that's why it becomes a desperate act.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that's always troubled me to a bit is that all this development, and when you say LAP, you mean the local area planning process for the downtown east side. And one of the things that's really surprised me is that there is no social impact assessment, that all this building, you have a process which seems to me is a talk and renovate, a talk and demolish, and a talk and develop. And you don't even have a social impact assessment. And I'm trying to figure out what the residents, the low-income residents of the downtown east side could have done in that period, because it seems to me, to use street language, the fix was in for gentrification.
Yes, I agree. And really what this government does is, yes, it engages people to talk while they continue with their developer agenda. And so I would call this mayor a developer mayor. And it's and one issue I'll try to explain is, say, the homelessness issue. The mayor holds the homeless count in March. Now, as you know, in March, the heat shelters are still operating in the city. 1 month later, all the people are let out. So those numbers would go up exponentially if they hold it then. That's why they don't hold it then. So they're hiding numbers, they're spinning numbers. And this is what they're doing in downtown East Side while there's a huge development going on. It isn't even a question of a social mix. There's 1,000 condo units going up right now in the downtown East Side, and only a few dozen social housing units, when it's the city's policy to replace social housing with market housing at a 1-to-1 rate. So we know it's higher than 23-to-1, and in Chinatown it's even higher than that right now. And it's deplorable what's happening, and we're in a very desperate situation, and so so that's why the hunger strike occurred.
Okay, on that hunger strike, as I understand, there were 3 very specific demands. I'm just wondering if you could articulate them to our audience, and what has been the result.
Yes, the 3 demands were, one, the Sequel 138 site, which is developer Mark Williams, and it's a 100 block East Hastings across from Insight. And this site is really critical to us. We've been fighting for this for a long time. But this is one of the things that the developer mayor, Gregor Robertson, pushed through, along with condos in Chinatown and some condos, the Wall Street condos at 955 East Hastings. But it's really critical that we have that site, because it's the 100 block East Hastings. We have 1,000 people in SROs there. We have Insight that's threatened to be moved because of these condo owners, and they want to put fancy boutique stores along the front and alleyway of this condo site. And we want that to be 100% social housing, resident controlled, and a healing and wellness center there. And that's really important for our community, for the healing of our community. And this is something that has also been endorsed by the Union of BC Chiefs. They've passed a resolution for this, and they've been a big supporter of the hunger strike. And it's very important we get a healing and wellness center there. The second site is the cop shop, which is at Main and Cordova. It's vacant right now. And we want that to be 100% social housing, especially because of the history that the Vancouver Police Department has played in a very negative way in the downtown east side, particularly to do with women and Aboriginal people. And so we want community space there, in particular for those groups. And we want social housing there. And the third demand is to create a social justice zone or a sanctuary zone in the downtown east side. And this is really to protect and defend our community and the security of our community, for our housing. And not just that, but it's also to protect our collective values, which is really the thing that binds us all together in the downtown east side, which is just as important as the need for housing. So that's really where our community values come into play.
Thank you, Dave. We're nearing the end of our interview, and I just want to commend you and tell you how inspired people are about your work of trying to do these things, of trying to protect the needs, the assets, and tenure of low-income residents in the downtown east side. We have to go now, and I just want to thank you for being on the show.
All right, you're welcome, Sid.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right.
We've been with Homeless Dave, formerly Homeless Dave, who was on a 36-day hunger strike for more social housing in the downtown east side. If you want to know more about this, you can go to the web and check out Downtown East Side Hunger Strike, DTES hungerstrike.blogspot.com. My name is Sid Tan. We have been with Homeless Dave, formerly Homeless Dave. Thank you for being with us. Comments to access@telus.net. We are not Shaw.
All right.